Hello, friends. Laura Whitfield here, your independent Scentsy consultant with Laura's Aroma Retreat. And I am back with you again today to talk about Bring Back My Bar voting. So, technically, it did launch yesterday. In my excitement, I didn't even think about doing the screen recording here to look at all of our options with you. So if you go to my personal website, and I'll link it for you guys down below in the description, it's laurasaromaretreat.com, all one word. Right here on our main page, you will see Bring Back My Bar voting has begun. Now, these bars will not come out until I want to say August or September. It's a 6-month time frame from the time of voting, somewhere along those lines. So we do have Bring Back My Bar underway right now, but we're going to go through and take a look at our options because we've got some exciting stuff on this one. It is the first time ever that you are able to vote back a licensed bar and some of our bars from Scent of the Month that did not make it into catalog. So we're going to go through, we're going to take a peek, not at every single bar, okay, because we'd be here forever, but of the ones that I am personally familiar with, starting right out of the gate with A Wink and a Smile. So A Wink and a Smile, this is an extremely floral bar, you guys. So it says that it is the scent of fresh tulips and daffodils in full bloom with plummy lemonade. They are not kidding. This is like straight tulip petals. It is bright, it is sunny, and it is very floral. So if you are not a floral lover, I'd probably shy away from this one. But I do feel like, because I still have a little bit of this, I might be able to mix this with something. I feel like if you mix this, and I know it's not just because of the color, like you could mix tulip and maybe orange and get this whole new twist on A Wink and a Smile. Um, but I'm not personally a fan of A Wink and a Smile on its own, which is why I still have bars from the last time it came out. Okay, here right out of the gate too, we have our Aladdin collection. Now, I was fortunate enough to get my hands on some bars of Arabian Nights through a flash sale that we had some months ago. It is a really excuse me, musky kind of romantic type of scent. It is on the light side for me. So this is not one that I am going to be voting for personally, but if you are sensitive to like super strong fragrance or you really like those like musky manly scents, this would be a great performer in a small space. And it's got warm sand, bergamot breezes, yin yang, and crystallized musk. So really good one. I have not personally experienced any of the other Aladdin bars, and you can see here, like if you want to know what's inside them, say A Whole New World, you can click on view details here. So a voyage of plum berry passages lined with violet leaf and white woods. So I have heard really good things about this entire Aladdin collection. You can feel free, like I said, to click through the details here. And take a look at the descriptions of what you might want to vote for. So we're just really kind of going over the ones that I'm familiar with today. And I will let you guys do the rest of the research on your own. Here we go, Amber Hollow. Amber Hollow, this is one of the ones that was part of my very first Bring Back My Bar as a consultant. It's got clove leaf, cardamom, amber spice, and cedarwood. This is a spice lover's dream. That clove is a nostril burner, you guys. It is really strong, really powerful. But if you like things like maybe clove and cinnamon, or really anything with clove in there, Cozy Fireside. This one is probably a bar that would be in your wheelhouse. So, it looks like they have done the update for the first top 25. So Apple Crush is up there. I've never smelled Apple Crush, but it is green apple and sweet apple blossom. Very cool. Let's see, Aussie Plum. We have had Aussie Plum in the past. And I'd love to see some new things get voted back that were not, maybe not a repeat, personally. So I'm trying, my votes yesterday that I cast are for things that I've never seen in Bring Back My Bar in my 3 years of doing this. So this one is Juicy Plum, Pink Grapefruit, Tart Pomegranate, and Smooth Vanilla. This was in my club for a while. It's a really nice, deep, rich, fruity type of plum scent. It's got a little twist of tartness to it, but at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough to stay in my club long term. It did end up on the chopping block. I'm okay with that. Beach is in our top 25 right now. I have heard amazing things about Beach, although I did personally read this description, which is papaya and honeydew sweetened with a hint of coconut. I'm not sure that that description screams beach to me personally. I don't really associate going to the beach with honeydew melon the way that I do with like that hint of coconut and everything like that. But if this bar does get voted back, you better believe that I am excited to try it because, like I said, I've heard from other consultants who either have it in their club or have experienced it in the past that this is one of their top five, favorite bars, and it has not had an opportunity to be voted back at least in the last 3 years since I've been with Scentsy. So let's see, we've got black currant bubbly. Black currant bubbly has my heart. This is described as champagne bubbles, stir black currant, sweet orange, and vanilla sugar. You guys, you will hear me say it over and over and over again. This is a screwball from the ice cream truck. This is in my club. It will never leave my club. It was from my very first Bring Back My Bar. It's amazing. Let's see. Buzzworthy. I have not heard one good word about this. But people see the cute little honeybee and they start voting for it for like crazy. So spread the word about this tasty blend of sugared almonds, creamy vanilla, and a drizzle of sweet honey. I am curious just because I've never heard a positive review on this. I'm curious, one, how it got in the top 25, and two, if it does come back, I'm curious to know why everybody hates it so much. So we shall see. Let's see here. I feel like candied cranberry pecan was a scent in the catalog when I first started. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know what year this is from, but I've heard good things about this one. So cranberries, pecans, sugar cane, and plum. So might be interesting. Caramel sugar cone. I've not personally experienced this one, but I have heard good things because this did get voted back at some point in our region 3, so over in Australia. Gooey caramel, vanilla, sugar cone, and a touch of malt. So you guys know that I have come around to bakery over the last 3 years and really started to expand my scent preferences, enjoy it, specifically more in my kitchen than anywhere else in my home. But I would be willing to give this guy a try for sure. Cashmere pear. Okay, of repeats, I will be honest, this is the one that I would not be sad if it got voted back. Cashmere pear was part of my first Bring Back My Bar. Okay, and you slip into sensual white amber, Madagascar vanilla, silky pear, and warm red ginger, a blend as smooth and luxurious as fine spun cashmere. You guys, you've heard me say, especially recently, that pear has to be done just the right way, right? Like if you don't do pear right, it gets awful boozy real quick and it gets funky. This is your right kind of pear. This is soft. This is smooth. This is romantic. I had it in my club for a while, found I wasn't reaching for it. It got the boot at some point, and then I have been kicking myself, something fierce, because I've been craving cashmere pear hardcore. Yeah, and I would give anything to put this back in my club. I probably would not put it back into my monthly club. It would go into my quarterly now that I know the difference, because at my first Bring Back My Bar, I thought I could only have one, and I put everything into my monthly club. So I would put this into my quarterly club, probably 2 bars. It's phenomenal. Let's see what else. Cherry vanilla is currently in the top 25. A delightful swirl of candied cherry and sugared almonds folded into velvety white chocolate ice cream. This is probably not my gig. We know how I feel about cherry. I'm not a big fan of the cherry scents. Maraschino sugar cookie is a little different because it's that maraschino cherry. And it was blended so nicely with that like bakery element in it, but like pure sugary cherry, not a fan. James would have loved this bar. So like he liked cherry almond pie. He liked wild black cherry, like all of those like super, super sweet cherry scents he loved. So I can guarantee you if this gets voted back, it would have been the ones that he really liked. Okay. Christmas Cuddles. That sounds cute. Hold on, I just got to click on this. Um, Indulgent caramel and oh no, bourbon. I'm out. Bourbon vanilla spiced with cinnamon and clove for the ultimate holiday hug. Nope, bourbon kills it for me right there. Bourbon is strong, overpowering. Super not a fan. Okay, churro. I was listening to Lisa Roberry here on YouTube the other day, and she said that our fried ice cream smells pretty much identical to churro. So this is a baked pastry sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. It captures that heavenly churro charm. So according to Lisa Roberry, fried ice cream that is currently available in Bring Back My Bar is almost identical to churro. So if you guys have fried ice cream, I guess give it a smell, see if you want to cast some votes that way, or just put fried ice cream into your clubs right now and lock that type of fragrance in. Let's see, what's another one? So my big kid and I were going through these yesterday, and we both thought Citrus Pop sounded really kind of fun and interesting. So this one has bergamot, sparkling mandarin, orange blossom, and pure citrus. So I'm curious about Citrus Pop, but I did not cast a vote that way just because there were other things I wanted to put my vote towards. So let's see. Comfort and Joy. I'm not familiar with that. Cranberry Mango. I think this one sounded interesting. It didn't get my votes. But Tropical Mango, Cozy Cranberry, and Spicy Pineapple. Sounds good. Let's see. Dark Harbor. So I'm not personally familiar with this one, but my sister-in-law has been casting her votes Dark Harbor's way and Rustic Lodge's way. So a romantic exotic fragrance of kaffir lime and blue-green mint with notes of watery ocean lavender and mysterious amber. I'm down. Okay, so we're going to cast a vote, and this is how you go ahead and you cast your vote. And you can do up to 5 votes every 24 hours per consultant's website. Okay, so if you're going into mine, you can cast votes. If you have a regular consultant that you go through, you can go to theirs and cast votes. If you are, want to type in your zip code on the consultant locator, you can go in and cast votes. It's totally up to you. But that is the little workaround if you want to cast multiple votes instead of just once every 24 hours. That's how you do it. Disney Pixar Cars. This one we had in the last couple of years. I personally feel like this smells like cherry limeade. So it's energized lemon, pink grapefruit, red cherry, and sweet sugar. So this is a very strong powerhouse of a performer, but because it is one of those cherry fragrances, it lasts on average about 6 hours, and then it futzes out and it's gone. So that's not where my Disney vote is going. I have my Disney vote. I will get to it, I promise you, and then I will explain. So let's see. I have not tried any of these. What is Echo? Sophisticated metropolitan fragrance of manly spice notes, Mediterranean citrus, and herbs of bitter orange. Yeah, I'm good. Fresh Cut Daisies was part of my first Bring Back My Bar. So a meadow awash in summer blooms, freshly cut grass, and a clover of daisies, buttercups, and ivy. This one is in a very extremely floral bar. This bar was one of my mom's favorite bars, and this was before she set up a club, so she's been casting her votes this way. And she loves the florals. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but that's okay. Oh, frosted white birch. I have had a bar of this, okay, at one point, and I would love to get my hands on this again. So a cool breeze of peppermint frost, eucalyptus, and lavender gently warms to blonde woods, fir needle, and amber. This is probably the most sophisticated white wood bar that I have ever experienced through Scentsy. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love this bar to pieces. I am not casting a vote its way, okay, because my daughter has picked out one with similar-esque scent notes that I have not tried before, and I promised her that I would cast the votes its way. So It may change though. It may change come winter. I do feel somewhat like this is more of a wintry bar. Um, so if it comes up for voting again, I'm probably going to throw my votes Frosted Birch's way. We have the two missing pieces from the Frozen collection. So right now we do have 3 of this collection available. So you've got, well, I guess technically 2. So you've got, originally in this collection, it was a 5-bar bundle. We currently have the Elsa bar back, which is, oh, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. The North Calls. And if these 2 bars right here are any even half as good as the bars that we've re-released, it is well worth a vote its way. The North Calls is airy and fruity, and again, this one's currently available. And it's just this amazing, like, cool, fruity citrus. It's so good. It is amazing. And then we also have the Sven bar, which is Fearless by Nature. Now that's a deep woodsy kind of sage scent that's currently available. And then we have Olaf Warm Hugs. So these are the missing bars from that collection. If they, like I said, if they are half as good, you're not sure what to vote for. I wouldn't be sad if either of these came back to get my nose into them. I have heard good things about Fuzzy Blanket as well. So snuggle up to Soft Lavender, Sandalwood, and Sweet Honeysuckle. I'm glad it's in the top 25. It is one of the bars that I would like to try. Oh, guys, come on. Ghostly Greetings? Really? Okay. I am a patchouli fan. And there is patchouli in this bar. It doesn't list it here. But when I got the Scent of the Month kit as a consultant, and it was one of my very first ones, it does note patchouli in it, okay? So spooky black plum, spice berry, and a dash of bourbon. This is a very particular scent. Like, you absolutely have to be in the mood for this bar to enjoy it. It is very deep. It is like a dark type of fragrance. It's got a very like incensey feel to it. I would not be casting votes Ghostly Greetings here. I enjoyed what I had, but it's not something I feel like I need to get again. Let's see what else. Happy Birthday. I have not experienced Happy Birthday, but again, another one that I am happy to see being on this list for voting. Okay, so a Candylicious confection of sparkling sugar, fluffy whipped cream, and vanilla extract. I am dying for a good vanilla cake, so I'm going to go ahead and cast a vote that way. We have so many different fragrances that I think would pair well with a really nice like vanilla cake base that Happy Birthday is one of the bars that I am voting for. Harbor's Edge, let's take a look at this one. So raspberry, oh, hello. Raspberry, beach grass, northern oak, crashing waves, and a surge of salty musk. I can get behind this. I can get behind that bar for sure. Let's see, Hemingway. I think this one has that tobacco note in it like Hendrix does. Rich, ripe apples, warm, woody accents, sandalwood, and cedar with hints of spice. Okay, so maybe not. I'm glad to know. Hemingway actually doesn't sound half bad. I thought that was the one that had like a tobacco note in it. And I was like, after Hendrix, I will not vote for anything that has tobacco in it ever again. Honeymoon Hideaway. This has come back in the past. I've had a chance to smell this, sort of, because I can't smell it. There is literally no scent, detectable scent in Honeymoon Hideaway. Not in the bar, not in the pods, not in laundry. Like, it is virtually non-existent. It sounds great, but it's really like I can put 2 bars in and I can't smell a thing. This is a waste of a vote. I'm sorry, in my personal opinion. If you are one of the lucky ones who can smell it, that's great. I cannot. Jumpin' Jelly Bean. Okay, this came back for our Easter collection a couple of years ago. I have a couple bars of this in my stash. This is crisp pear, apple, zesty lemon, and sugar. It is a really super fun, bright, extra, extra sweet scent. It is a candied scent for sure. So just be prepared. When you put it in, it's going to rot your teeth, but it is a good one when you are craving that crisp pear. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, so here's my Disney bar that's going to get my votes. Okay, Just Keep Swimming. I happened to, and this was well before I joined. Okay, there was a lady at a garage sale who had all of her old testers out. And was selling her old testers for like 25 cents a piece or whatever at the garage sale. And I'm sniffing through and I came across a tester of Just Keep Swimming. So I'm assuming at some point that Nemo and Dory were probably part of our catalog lineup if there was a tester for it. Okay, this is so pretty. It is so pretty. So it's blue ocean mist, cucumber water, and salted driftwood. Okay, it is the quintessential, my favorite kind of aquatic bar with that little woodsy undertone, kind of like Sandswept has driftwood in it. But more importantly to me, all of my kids, right, have a Disney movie that defines their childhood. Okay. I actually have two of my children in two different stages of their life where these characters in specific, so my older child, my 20-year-old, was Nemo obsessed at the age of 3, and we had to watch Nemo on repeat over and over and over again. And then, of course, her little mini-me sister, who came along many years later, latched on to Finding Dory. So the Nemo and Dory characters in my life mean so much. So I have to cast my votes this way. Okay. I need to have Just Keep Swimming in my life for my children forever and ever. Okay. I just do. So if any of you are unsure of how to cast all your votes, please feel free. I will not be sad if you help me vote back Just Keep Swimming. Okay. Lavender and White Balsam. You guys know how I feel about this. It is this beautiful, like lavender pine scent. I had it in my club for a very long time. This came out my first Bring Back My Bar. Again, I didn't know or understand the difference, like the quarterly club thing. So I was getting 12 bars a year of this. I built up quite the stash. And it did get a cut. And I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold from this weekend. My sister and my nephew had come over for New Year's, and it turns out he had a cold. So he came over and he was coughing, and I was like, Chris, is he good? And she's like, yeah, I had him tested for everything. And she's like, the cough just won't go away. No, he was still contagious with that cold. Thanks. Whatever. There are worse things I could have. But this is it's a beautiful bar. It is absolutely beautiful. You do have to be a pine lover to enjoy it. So if pine is not your thing, stay away. But if you love the woodsy pine smells like I do, this is a great one to vote for. And Lemon Thyme Berry, also from that same first round of Bring Back My Bar. Okay, sparkling lemonade and strawberry sprinkled with crushed thyme. Now, there is nothing herbal about this bar. It is just a really nice, fruity, kind of strawberry lemonade type of scent. I will say that I think there's a darker berry in there that's maybe not listed, maybe a blackberry undertone, because it's not like that super sweet citrusy that you would necessarily get from just strawberry and lemons. Okay, so there is some sort of dark berry undertone in there. My favorite match to do this with is a combination of lemon thyme berry and Little Mermaid's Kiss the Girl. That is a bangarang combination with that sweet, fruity, aquatic. I can't even begin to describe it. It's just so good. So while I'm not going to cast votes this way, because I don't feel the need to try to vote things back that I've seen in the last 3 years. If it does come back, I'm not sad. So let's see, what else do we have? Loving Kisses Mini. I have heard good things about this as well. Never had the pleasure of smelling it. But it is bright red berries, fresh apricot, and creamy vanilla. That sounds amazing. It does sound amazing. I do find, though, that like our apricot vanilla bar, like it doesn't last very long. So I guess we'll see how that works out. I've experienced my wish. This says earthy fig, sweet violet, marshmallow. It smells like a Cabbage Patch doll. If we have any 80s babies in here where you used to get like Cabbage Patch dolls at Toys R Us, my wish smells like a Cabbage Patch doll's face. I'm sorry. Like that's the only thing I can equate it to. It's not, it wasn't like unpleasant, but it does like I can't unsmell it now that I smelled it. It's got like this baby powder-esque kind of undertone to it that like I can't not smell Cabbage Patch dolls anymore with that. Mulan, True to Your Heart. I had a very beautiful friend gift me a bar of this last Christmas because she knows that I am a big, big, big Disney fan. And then I, like, of course, I can't melt the bar, right? Because now it's nostalgic, it has sentimental value. And then, lo and behold, a couple months later, a Disney Princess collection with this bar, and it popped into the clearance section. So I have had the chance to warm this one time. And it is plum blossom, white tea, and redwood. This is a gorgeous combination. It is earthy. It is it's earthy without being green. So that tea note in it really kind of gives it this really calming feel to it. Like we ended up doing it in our master bedroom, and it's just like a really calming, soothing type of fragrance. It's lovely. Let's see. What else? Okay, Neverland, and that same garage sale I was telling you about earlier. I did get a chance to sniff this tester. So good. So it's got glowing pink pepper, toasty cedar, and sun-warmed wood. Okay, I am voting towards Neverland. I would love to have a chance to get this back into my hands in like a full-size bar to be able to warm it. And then there's geranium in there, which gives it like this different twist, but it's not floral. It is more like masculine and woodsy without being soapy or cologne-y or floral. It's a brilliant combination. Lex wanted me to cast votes towards Not Your Everyday Dragon. It comes with sweet papaya, juicy mango, and red ginger. I've never melted this before, and in my personal experience, mango doesn't perform very well, so I'm not casting any extra votes towards it. Oats and honey we've had back before. I'd really like to see some new stuff, guys. Go in there, vote your butts off, grab every consultant website that you can because this is another return. Oats and honey just smells like oatmeal. It's just straight, like it's a sweet oats. Ocean, we just had that. Okay, Ocean, we just had that. It's just aquatic ocean breezes. It's really, really nice. I did kind of OD on Ocean. It was in my club for a while. I can't do that one again. Orange Dreamsicle. Okay. A combination of fresh orange swirled with vanilla cream. We have Tangerine Creamsicle coming in our spring and summer catalog, so I feel like, again, I haven't smelled this one, but Tangerine Creamsicle has been in our spring and summer catalog. It smells like an orange dreamsicle. I feel like there's no sense in having two, unless maybe this performs better. I don't know. It looks like we're going to find out because it's currently in top 25. Painted Leaves. I had the chance to experience this bar. I actually have a bar of it down in my drawer that was gifted to me from a friend because she was digging through her wax stash and came across this and she doesn't like it because it literally smells like wet leaves. So like if you're going to a forest preserve, right, say like right as the snow has melted, okay, or right after a really good rain that we've had in the fall, it smells exactly like that. A walk in the woods while the leaves are sopping wet. You can even, in my opinion, and people tell me I'm crazy, I can smell mud. They're like, how much mud are you sniffing? And I'm like, I'm just telling you, I can smell mud. And so this is wet leaves and mud. It is a very particular fragrance, but I do thoroughly enjoy this bar mixed with around the campfire. Okay. So again, it's not on the top 25. It's probably not going to come back, but just so you know, because it will probably pop back up in the future. Let's see here. Phineas and Ferb, best day ever. Okay, I have a bar of this from a flash sale that I still haven't melted because it smells so good. I know. I know. I promised you guys, I'm going to start melting through those bars that I've been hoarding, and I think I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a good job. I will share my empties video with you guys probably tomorrow or the next day, and you will see that I've made a serious dent in my hoard. Okay, but this has mandarin, strawberry, and lush palms, and it's that green note is not super green. So if you are like me and you don't like the macerated plant smell, Phineas and Ferb is not a bad bar. Okay. Pineapple sorbet. I have also picked this up in a flash sale. Not my cup of tea, gonna be honest. It's very, they're not kidding about the tart. It's very tart. And I feel like maybe this needs some sort of vanilla to smooth it out. Now that we have vanilla cream, maybe I'll try a mixer to get these bars out of my stash, and mix pineapple sorbet with vanilla cream, or maybe the fried ice cream or something, like literally anything, because it is very bitter in my nostrils. Let's see, we did cast some votes Pixie's way. A mischievous moonscape of pink pepper, mandarin, and heliotrope, deepened by exotic teakwood and vanilla oak. Okay, I will come back and cast my last vote for Pixie, but if I cast my vote now, it's gonna kick me to the next screen, and I kind of want to finish going through these with you guys. But this sounds 100% up my alley. Teakwood, vanilla. I kind of feel like it might be a mix of, so like heliotrope, right? That is something that is in fluffy fleece, which is what caught my attention. And I actually don't mind the pink peppers. Okay, the pink peppers are not like your normal black spicy pepper. It's a very soft kind of depth to a fragrance to have the pink pepper in there. Plum and White Woods, y'all have heard me talk about that lots. It's in my club, my monthly club. I still go through it. Sweet raspberry preserves, damson plum, and vanilla orchid. This is bangerang. That's all I have to say about it. It is bangerang. It is this very, I don't know. It's just amazing. It's fantastic. And if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you've heard me describe it 1,000 times, and I don't want to just keep going over it. Let's see what else. Pristine Waters. I have a bar of that right now. From, I think I got a bar of Pristine Waters in one of those 10 bar bundles that we had gotten somewhere along the way of a clearance update or a flash sale or something. This is a really nice, clean aquatic. So it's got bergamot zest, beach grass, and vetiver. It reminds me of a toned down version of By the Sea, but it is really, really good. And it doesn't have that funky aquatic note that you can get sometimes. This one melts clean because I've had it a couple times. Melts very clean, very crisp, very aquatic. It's lovely. Let's see, what else have I come across? Rockin' Ruby Raz we've had in the past. This is too sweet for me, you guys. I'm sorry. Fruity blend of juicy orange, fresh strawberry, and sweet candy. It reminds me very much of that raspberry lollipop one that we had in an Easter collection, maybe the last Easter collection. It is too candy sweet for me. Like, the only one that I really like that's super candy sweet in the fruity category is sugared strawberry. Other than that, I want the candy to be toned down. And then I also don't mind gimme candy because it's got that caramel, and caramel is already a toned down type of fragrance, but this is Rockin' Ruby Raz is too sweet for me. Roseberry Mint had come around at some point. Soothing Mint Tea Tree Cool over Vitalizing Rosemary. This one is good. It's not super herbal. That mint kind of gives it a bit of a balance. I just want to see this description. Our Run to Me, I'm assuming. Why we split that up, I don't know. Warm pink pepper, deep woods, and bright cassis. Okay. My sister-in-law, this is the other bar. She's been splitting her votes between Dark Harbor and Rustic Lodge. So a warm fragrance of cedar, oak, and musk with traces of wood smoke and fallen leaves. This one, I don't know. Maybe I'll help her out and vote towards Rustic Lodge, but I'm really interested in Pixie. So, like, I can cast that a different way. But Rustic Lodge, I've been hearing about this now for years. I feel like we need to vote this in just so that I can get her to put it in her club and stop having her freak out every 6 months on me about Rustic Lodge being an option for voting. Um, what else have I smelled? I hear really good things about Chakra. So rich sandalwood and a splash of bergamot and lime. All of those scent notes are up my alley. So I'm assuming this one's probably going to be really good. It's not in our top 25. Southern Evening. Okay, we had this recently. This is a little more floral than I had expected. I did enjoy it for a short period. I got a few bars. It did get the cut. It didn't stay because it is just a little, it's an edge too floral for me long term. And like it couldn't keep a place in my club. Now, Southern Sweet Tea, however, is a bar that I had picked up at a flash sale. So a splash of heirloom peach, orange juice, and white tea. James loved this bar. Freaking loved this bar. On Cold Sniff, we never got to warm it because my sister-in-law came over and immediately fell in love with it. I'm like, I love you enough to take it home. So I had sent that with her, but Southern Sweet Tea, I have smelled this, and I'm not a tea drinker. I don't really like tea, but I honestly did not mind the smell of this bar at all. I think it'd be good in the kitchen. And truthfully, I'm not sad to see it in the top 25 because it will just go into my growing collection of things that make me think of my husband. So, there's that. Let's see what else. Sunlight Mornings, Sweet Pea and Vanilla. We've had this one again recently. It's good. It's a good one. It's a sweet floral, but again, this is one where I could get a couple of bars and I'm good. I'm good with it for a while because it does have that extra floral element. But again, we've had that recently in the last couple of years, so you know. Okay, I've been hearing about Tingelo, not sure how to pronounce it. Sweet fruit and tangy citrus, tangelo, lemon, and apricot, enhanced by fragrant lychee berry. I'd be willing to try it. Twitter Pated. This was in our catalog when I first joined. Twitter Pated is a very nice, soft fragrance. It came in our kids line because we used to have what they called blankie buddies for babies, and they were super cute. I bought them for my oldest when she was pregnant with the twins as part of her baby shower gift. They are Twitter Pated is very nice. It's a very soft scent. Definitely good for kids. Let's see. We're getting down to the bottom here. Vanilla Suede. I feel like I've smelled this one too. Hints of sandalwood and spice. It is a masculine fragrance. So Vanilla Suede and Vanilla Oud came back roughly about the same time, I think. So this will have a little leathery undertone. Watermelon Mint and Watermelon Patch. Both of these came back at the same time. I like Watermelon Mint better. It had a much stronger, fresh, sweet watermelon scent to it. It was a much better performer at the end of the day than Watermelon Patch. Watermelon Patch was extremely light, okay? Like barely detectable, even in small spaces, because my daughter Lex, is a huge watermelon fan, and she could barely smell it in her room. So Watermelon Patch, not the greatest performer. Watermelon Mint, you'll get more performance out of. Oh no. White Tea and Cactus. Again, what? Let's talk about Welcome Summer for a minute. This was a scent of the month bar. So usher in sunny days with refreshing watermelon, lush wild plumeria, and a splash of tropical waters. This is sunshine in a bar. It is bright. It is vibrant. It is a powerhouse to no end. This is beautiful. White Tea and Cactus, very, very green. It's very green. It's very astringent. In my opinion, bear in mind, all of these are my opinion, right? Different strokes for different folks, different scents for different noses, however you want to put it. It's 100% my opinion. This says it's clean, crisp. It is not crisp. It's bitter. And refreshing floral mix of green notes. It is green and it is bitter, and I am really sad to see that there, but okay. Let's see, what else? Okay, here's Winter Cypress. This is the other one. Oh no, do I throw a vote Winter Cypress's way or Pixie's way? Oh crap, I've only got one vote left. So a cool kiss of mint leaf, chilled with raspberry frosted lavender, and exhilarating ode to a fresh breath of winter. Winter Cypress, I am told, was a scent of the month somewhere along the line. I am told that it is amazing. And raspberry, lavender, it's all up my alley. It is all up my alley. So I think maybe I'll throw a vote Winter Cypress this way when we finish up here, because I would rather try Winter Cypress over Pixie. Winter Pine, Winter Wonderland, all of those kind of seem pretty self-explainable. Okay, and that is everything that I have personally experienced. So here's where our votes are going. Dark Harbor, Happy Birthday, Just Keep Swimming, Neverland, and Winter Cypress. So you guys, you do not have to fill out this contact information here. And again, you will find the link to my website down in the description below. So you guys, happy voting. We've got a couple more days. Let's try to kick out some of those constant repeats and try some new stuff. But I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.